Spring break for New York City public schools begins in mid-April, time to the Passover and Easter holidays. Earlier this year, Mayor de Blasio said he supports adding 2 Muslim holidays and the Asian Lunar New Year to the school calendar. Reem Nasr takes a look at the push to make this a reality.
It's okay. I text girls and I'm just like, oh no, I can't come.
On Friday afternoons, Maha Akhtar meets with high school girls in Jamaica, Queens. She's a youth leader at Turning Point, a nonprofit that serves Muslim women and children. Today, they are reading one woman's story of sexual abuse.
Support. My mother was heartbroken, but had no idea how to deal with it.
The discussion is about a social problem, but the conversation turns to religion as Maha ends the session by talking about the importance of dua, asking God for help.
You really sincerely feel for her, whenever you pray, you can add a dua for her and just say, please make it easy for her.
Prayer is an essential part of Muslim life. Observant Muslims are expected to pray 5 times a day, from early morning until night. But on 2 major religious holidays, the Eids, celebrated by Muslims worldwide, prayer takes on a special significance. The first holiday, Eid al-Fitr, celebrates the end of Ramadan, the Muslim month of fasting. Eid al-Adha signifies the end of the annual pilgrimage, which takes place in Mecca.
School is a very important thing, and so is my religion to me. And I'm going to be missing a very important day. And I only have 2 holidays in my religion, and so I'm not asking for so much.
Like Priya, many Muslim students in New York City public schools say they are conflicted. Should they stay home and celebrate the Eid holidays with family, or should they go to school?
Like a letter. Petition. Like a petition letter, okay.
Right. Linda Sarsour and Faiza Ali are community activists who hope to resolve this dilemma. They head the Coalition for Muslim School Holidays and work out of their Bay Ridge office here at the Arab Association of New York.
What we really want to see is that our kids don't have to make that choice on Eid morning. Do they go to school or do they, observe their faith?
According to a study conducted at Columbia University, 1 out of every 8 public school children is Muslim. Linda and Faiza argue that it's appropriate for public schools to close for 1 day on each of the 2 Eid holidays.
So when teachers understand that in some districts, including in this district that we're in right now in Bay Ridge, sometimes over 50% of the school is not in school that day. So the teacher can't even teach her curriculum.
The 2 women have been to countless meetings and rallies, pressing their case during the Bloomberg administration, but with little success.
Also came out and said, I'm in support of.
But they say that since the Muslim community helped elect Mayor de Blasio, they are now looking for a better response from City Hall.
So we're not going in trying to convince him why. I think where we are right now is we want to talk to him about how. Like how are we going to incorporate the holidays? There's some issues that, we can play around with the calendar. We have some ideas on how to implement, but we're really going in there now and engaging, different parts of the administration to see how can we make this happen as soon as possible.
In one concrete way, the city does in fact recognize the holidays by suspending alternate side of the street parking on both Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha. Rabbi Michael Feinberg, who is a part of the Coalition for Muslim School Holidays, says that is already a step in the right direction.
The funny thing is the parking calendar is the closest thing we have to a comprehensive civic calendar in New York City, and that, of course, does recognize everyone's holidays. So we would like to see that replicated in all spheres, including public education.
He says this campaign parallels that of the Jewish teachers and families who lobbied for their own holidays back in the late 1950s and early 1960s.
At that time, there certainly were many Jewish students in the public school system, but principally that recognition came out of the teachers and their contract through the union. This is a different situation. This is more looking to a demand from the families that are most directly impacted, the students themselves, their parents, and the communities around them.
Rabbi Feinberg recognizes that other religious communities might feel that Mayor de Blasio is giving Muslims preferential treatment by adding their holidays to the calendar. The mayor has also said that he would consider incorporating the Asian Lunar New Year holiday in addition to the 2 Eids. Sheetal Shah, senior director of the Hindu American Foundation, says he should go further and include more religious holidays.
The point is that, if the mayor is going to offer religious holidays to one religious community, then he should be inclusive of other religious communities as well. And while I believe the Muslim population in the city might be slightly larger than the Hindu, Jain, and Sikh population, it's not substantially larger, where you could really make an argument that one deserves a holiday and the other one doesn't.
While the debate continues, there's this administrative reality. New York State requires schools to meet a minimum of 180 days. Shortening the calendar, whether to add a holiday or for any other reason, will require consultation with superintendents, parents, and teachers groups, as well as representatives of religious organizations. It is not a simple or a quick process.
Despite the obstacles, Faiza and Linda continue to meet with community members and politicians in the hope of making their dream a reality.
Just think of the significance and the powerful message that we could potentially be sending, and the conversations that we could be creating around Islam and Muslims, given all the challenges that we face.
The idea here is really empowering our young people in a time, especially in this kind of post 9/11 America, where our kids struggle every day with who they are. And the fact that our kids can see an entire school system in New York City, the largest school system in the country, recognize them, tell them that they matter, and that they don't have to choose between going to school and practicing their faith, is a huge morale booster for the Muslim community.
Queens in the house.
Right now, Linda and Faiza are talking with senior level staff at the mayor's office. Their priority is to work with the administration to get a plan on paper as soon as possible. For 219 West, I'm Reem Nasr.